Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a look with the La CIENEGA palette from ADEPT Cosmetics. I did a short on this recently where I used this beautiful blue, and I tried to use this one in the inner corner, and it had a surprise in store for me. So today I kind of want to use this shade all over the lid, paired with these beautiful neutrals. This is just what I would call the perfect neutral palette with a pop of blue, or with a twist, whatever you want. So that's my intention for this palette. I want to combine all these beautiful mattes, because I really like the matte formula of ADEPT as well, with these shades and with other beautiful shades that I have. I think it's just a beautiful neutral palette to own, but I haven't featured it in a long video yet, so I thought we could do that today. And then I have a couple of little other things that I thought I'd throw in here. This new powder from Wet n Wild that I really want to try. This brow gel from the new BH, which, I don't know, they used to make eyeshadow palettes and stuff, and now they have eyebrow gel, but we're going to test it out. I have these jumbo lashes from NYX. These are not really new, and I have worn them once, but I thought they would go really well with this look. And then we're going to put on one of the newer DIOR Rosy Glow blushes as well. So just a little mix of new and old. I'm just going to do a full face, and let's have some fun with some makeup. So if you're into that sort of thing, if you like indie makeup, regular makeup, drugstore, luxury, any type, then you're just like me, and maybe you should subscribe to this channel. So I have my fluffy brush. I really need to clean my brushes, so please don't be mad for using slightly dirty ones. I already did a look with more of the mauvey brown shades. I think today I want to keep it super neutral and go into the pure browns. So I'm going to start with Sepulveda Boulevard with this just general fluffy brush. I'm going to put this in my crease. I mean, that's beautiful. I love the fact that ADEPT mattes are so thin and so easy to blend, but then they are quite buildable. So I feel like that's the perfect depth already, and there's like 4-5 shades in here that are deeper. I love this type of brown, this sort of cool rosy shade. I think that's beautiful. I'm just going to clean up this brush as well as I can, and I'm going to take a little bit of Inglewood, which is the shade above it, and just blend out the edges a little bit. That's great, yes. So I think I will deepen it up just a smidge. So I'm going to take a slightly smaller blending brush, and I'm going into the shade Hawthorn, which is this cool toned brown over there. Oh wow, is this a black? No, the El Segundo is a black, but it's almost a black. This palette has beautiful differences in depth. So this looks a little bit messy, but now I'm going back with the previous brush with a little bit of that mid-toned brown shade. And I'm going over all the edges and blend it out. I mean, that's really pretty. Look how easily that blended. It really looked quite messy, but I love it like this. So now I'm going to take my finger and I'm going into the shade Manhattan Beach, which is this one, which I think is a multichrome, because I thought it was going to be a very pale minty shade for my inner corner, and then I put it there and it became gold. So I figured, you know, this is a lit shade. It deserves its proper chance to shine. And here it is. Look at that. It truly looks more gold than mint, but I do see that mint in there. I'm going to try and keep it a little bit contained. So keep it strictly on the inner half, lower half of my lid. Wow, that's a really pretty shade. It's not quite what I was expecting, but it's beautiful. And now I'm not going to blend it out with my finger like I usually do, but I'm going to take that brush again. Just to make sure we really keep that dark edge. Now I'm taking a tiny pencil brush and I'm going into the shade Redondo Beach, which is this one. And this is one of those shades. I think there are at least 2 in here, but maybe 4. I haven't tried all of them yet. Which is similar to the shimmer shades in the Minka palette. And that's one of my favorite palettes because of how intensely foiled those metallics are. I'm really happy they're in here as well, and in these beautiful shades. They crease a little bit on me, but that's because I have quite hooded eyes and I can easily tap it out. So I don't find it an issue, but I'm just letting you know that they do tend to crease. I just love that shade. So this is definitely one of those shades. I use this one, this is a smooth formula. This is not that intense kind of formula. This is also a smooth formula. But the last one is one of those thicker, more wet looking formulas. So there are 3 of those and 2 smooth formulas. They all look stunning, by the way. So that's the look cleaned up. And now I do need an inner corner, and I think it's going to be a yellow one. So I don't think this palette actually has a good inner corner shade for me. If you're just a little bit darker, then I believe these 2 both could work as an inner corner. But I'm quite fair, so it doesn't really work for me. That's fine, because I can just go into the Noctilucent palette for that. And I think any type of shade would be pretty with this. A light green would be pretty. But I think I'm going to go, or should I? These are the 2 options. So this is the more yellow one and this is the more green one. I think I'll go with the green one, just to make sure that there's a marriage between the upper and lower lid. So I'm taking my pretty dense pencil brush and I'm going into Transient, which is the green iridescent shade. This will be a perfect match for the lower lash line, and it may also help to bring out a little bit more of that mint on the bottom or the top lid. I really like this look. So I don't really have anything new for mascara and eyeliner and stuff like that, so I'm just going to add all of that off camera. I'm going to add those NYX lashes as well, see how they pop, because they do have strands of blue in them. So I'm very curious about that, and then I'll meet you right back. So I'm back, and here's what you missed. I am always losing things. I used my Relove by Makeup Revolution mint eyeliner, of course. I used my Essence Lash Like a Boss mascara on the top and bottom lashes. I used these lashes, like I said, the Jumbo Lash in the style Heated Up from NYX Cosmetics. I think I didn't trim them, and I'm getting the same problem with my inner corner again. And I'm just fed up with that. So I think I'll take them off, cut them a little bit and reapply them. And then I also applied a thin layer of my Danessa Myrix Blurring Balm in the shade number 2, because I was going to do that anyway and I had to wait for my lash glue to dry. Yeah, maybe I'll see how it goes with these lashes. What do we think? Do we even see the blue? It's fun, right? Or does it just look like there's foundation in them? I'm really not sure. I do like the style, but I think I would like them even better if they were cut a little bit more like 3/4 lashes. So you know what? I'm just going to do that. They weren't sticking properly anyway. So whenever I do this, and you know, I only started doing this a little while ago, so take my advice with a grain of salt, but I've seen other people do this too. I don't cut from the beginning because I like the fact that it comes from lower to longer, but I cut from the last bit. And in this case, I'm going to cut off till about here. So it's not even that much. I just cut off this part, but it makes my inner corner, there's just no hairs there, so there's nothing to stick to. So this is just a lot easier. So I'm just waiting for the garbage truck to leave. So that took long enough. That sound was straight out of a horror movie. Anyway, I cut the lashes, I applied them, and I'm a lot happier with this. It looks so much more natural. I also think that full lash strips are, you know, they fit my eyes, I suppose, but they're always a little bit too long at the ends. So doing it this way, it just looks a lot better. I'm going to keep on doing this. Anyway, where were we? Yes, I wanted to apply a little bit of foundation today. So I'm going to put on my NARS, what's it again? Light reflecting foundation. It's not as hot today, and I sort of want to see if it works just as well with the Danessa Myricks whenever I do a foundation as well. So I'm not going to do too much. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I uploaded a video yesterday, this was Wednesday, where I showed you my new summer-proof techniques. And one of them was using the Danessa Myricks Color Balm as a primer slash foundation sort of product, and then add a little bit more concealer. And that's really quite the bulletproof method for me with my sweaty upper lip. But you know, maybe it works with a little bit of foundation as well. I do really like the look of this foundation, so yeah, I'll leave a little note maybe in the description box about how this method works with actual foundation. I do think I tanned a little bit because it looks a little bit light for me. Now I am going to add a little bit of concealer, but only underneath my eyes in the inner corners, because I feel like the combination of the blurring balm with the foundation was actually full coverage enough for me. I'm using my Chanel Le Correcteur. So I think that's going to be it for the base. So now let's go into one of the other new products. So this is the Wet n Wild 5-in-1 Essence Primer Plus Finish Powder. Up to 16 hours wear. It looks ghostly white, but I think it's supposed to be translucent. I don't actually see that anywhere, but let's hope it is. It's supposed to smooth, condition, refine pores, balance, and you can use it pre and post makeup. So I'm actually really excited about this one. I like a good pressed powder. I've been using my loose powders and they're just a little bit of a mess sometimes. I like the ease of use from a good pressed powder as well. So I decided to pick this one up. It's really thin, but there is 8.5 grams of product in here. So that's not that little. So I'm just using my good old Real Techniques brush. Oh, that doesn't look ghostly at all. I think this is a true translucent. And I love the way it feels. It feels and looks really silky. I always set my upper lip a little bit heavy just to contain the sweat a little bit. And it doesn't look heavy at all. And I don't see a white cast. And it does actually blur my pores a little bit as well. Watch. That's quite impressive. Alright. I know I look a little bit white, but that's just because the foundation was a little bit too light. I think this powder didn't change anything. It looks amazing. I'm so happy with this one. I think I found a new favorite. I'm going to apply a little bit of bronzer from the palette that I've been using. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, what's it called again? Instant Beauty in a palette. In Pretty Blushed Beauty. So that brought my face and my body a little bit closer together. So now let's use one of the pretty new Dior blushes. I think in my previous look using La CIENEGA, I used Rosewood because I felt like it matches the eyeshadow. But I feel like with this eyeshadow look I could go both ways. But I think Rosewood is going to be the prettiest with this. So I'll save Cherry for the next video. This is Rosewood. And this is a beautiful shade for people that are fair like I am, because it takes a little time to build. So, you know, that can be a pro or a con. I think it's a pro. Now, today I am going to use my more stiff, dense blush brush. So it could very well become a little bit more pigmented that way, but I want the process to be a little bit quicker than last time I used it. Yeah, this is beautiful because there is this rosy undertone in the brown shade that I used in my crease, just as I mentioned. And I feel like this rosewood, look at how it matches it. And it looks quite bright actually compared to everything else that I'm wearing. That's really nice. And I love the way this newer formulation has a bit of glow. I think the old one, which I have in pink, which is truly quite old, I don't know if the formula's just gone bad, but it looks a little bit more powdery. This one looks beautifully satin. I am going to add a little bit of highlight. And I'm going to use the Noctilucent palette again and use the shade Pink, which is Far Out. Wait, no. Phenomena is the more natural pink one. So I just distribute a little bit and then I try to really push it into my skin. Yes, that's beautiful. I would have liked to use the green, but I feel like this matches the rosewood blush so well. Then for lips, I'm going to go a little bit more neutral than I have done in the last couple of videos. So I'm going to use my Glam Light X Frosted Flakes lip pencil, which is actually a brown with a rosy undertone. And then I'm going to put on this lip gloss. This is the Shine lip gloss. Some of it's rubbed off, but I can see shine. In the shade Gold Dust from Essence. This is one of my favorite lip glosses. I'm just going to keep it simple. Beautiful peachy color. Now we're almost there, but I specifically left my eyebrows for last because, well, I've explained this in the last video, but I find brow gels don't work as well when you're sweating a little bit more, and I always sweat a little bit making these videos. So I wait for my brow gel till the end of the video, and then it has the most potential to work. So this is the Power Tame Clear Brow Gel, and I love a good clear brow gel, except that 99% of the brow gels that I've used, if I've used 100, I don't know, I probably not. Maybe 90% doesn't work for me. All right, I'm not immediately impressed. Nah, this doesn't do much. I'm so disappointed. I really want a cheaper alternative for my Too Faced brow gel, which is my favorite and the only one that I've ever found that truly seems to work. But this, nah, this is nothing. This is 2 layers and it's just gunking up my brows and removing some of the foundation as well. This is horrible. Let me show you what the Too Faced does. Do you see the difference? I do. Yeah, I need my brows to look nice. I'm going to give this a few more tries whenever it's a little bit less hot. But yeah, you know, even the Too Faced has a little bit of a difficult time whenever I'm a little bit sweaty. So I'll definitely keep on trying it, but my first impression isn't really positive. So that's it for my full face of makeup. I hope you enjoyed this look. I really like it. I like being a little bit more glamorous from time to time as well. So yeah, subscribe if you like this look, if you like this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.